Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is your man, Bryant Corbitt. How you doing? Hope you are doing very well on this hot summer day. As I am doing this, it is July 2021, and we want to hear from you. We got a lot of great music. We have the latest with entertainment information, and we just have a lot of fun overall. So, since this is the month of July, and I kind of missed the 4th of July with everything that is going on, this month contains a lot of different days that is very interesting. Did you know, during the month of July, International Joke Day, Made in the USA Day, July 3rd was National Eat Beans Day. Everybody knows about July 4th. But did you know that the 6th of this month was National Fried Chicken Day? And then you had Chocolate Day. So there's a lot going on during this month. July is National Cell Phone Courtesy Month. Have you had anything like a situation deal with the cell phone? If you do, you can hit me up right here at 334-377-8686 and let me know. Love to hear that. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and kick things off. It's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with Sharon Page live. Hope that we can be together soon.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
I know this sounds familiar to you. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen. Could you put your hands together and meet and greet Miss Sharon Page?
Sassy, huh?
Good evening, Connecticut. How are you? We're going to continue this trip down memory lane. See if you remember this. It's cry, and then when I see you, boy, my, how the time does fly. I don't know if you need or know me the way I know and need you. I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon, or real soon. Can you make it real?
When I think about you at night, when I think about you, babe, chills run up and down my spine. And dear, my wish would come true. I swear, oh, I swear I'd be with you all the time. You see, from the maybe tomorrow
can be together soon. I hope that we
maybe tomorrow, baby,
can be together soon. I hope that we feel that we can be together soon.
Real soon.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm gonna wake up, baby, now.
turn out all the lights.
Turn them off, turn them off.
What I'd like to know from you. What I'd like to know from you. Hey, baby. Can you do it, baby? I don't think he understood me. One more time. Can you do it, baby? Maybe he'll understand this. Hey, babe, can you ride? Can you rub me from my head? All the way down to my toe. I'm not finished. Listen, baby. If you do me, I'll do you. All night long.
All night long.
All night. Listen, ladies, you know we fantasize, you know what I'm saying? Well, I want to share my fantasies with all the ladies tonight. Ladies, my biggest fantasy is to do them all. You see, I want to do you.
I'll do you.
I want to do you.
I'll do you.
But you get nothing. He gets none. But I want to get back. I got to get back. I'm on my way. On my way to you, baby. Big Daddy. This is my Big Daddy. Can we do it?
We can do it.
All night long. Can you work it?
I can work it.
All night long. Let's do it, baby.
Can you do it? Can you do it, girl? Can you do it, girl?
All night long.
All night.
All night long. All night long. All night long. All night long.
You and me.
All night long.
Rich and big.
All night long.
All night long.
Hope that we
I hope we
can be together soon. I hope that we
I hope that we
can be
We'll be together soon.
I hope that we
We'll be together soon. Real soon.
I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Philadelphia, Mr. Rufus Storm, Mr. John Morris, Mr. Anthony Brooks, the lovely Miss Shar'charri, and Big Daddy Mr. Darnell Gillespie. New Haven, Connecticut. These are our lovers, you know.
Good hearing from you, Umar. We were just talking about the young lady. This crisis really is a local crisis for us here in Dallas, because the young lady that's been put out of the 100 so far, 100 meters. Well, she's from Dallas. She's a local. She's a local hero here in Dallas for a lot of kids, a lot of people. Just crazy about her. What do you think about that situation?
I think it's unfortunate, and I would venture to say that had she not been an American African, I think the Olympic Committee would have possibly looked the other way, given the circumstance, because her use of marijuana was done to help console her upon learning that her mother had passed. To me, that is a very understandable use of marijuana, and she should not have been punished for that. I understand rules are rules, but again, had she not been one of us, given the circumstances, I think this would have never come out.
Yeah. What about the swimmer? What's his name? The one who won all the gold medals. You know, he got caught.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, he got caught with tons of that stuff, didn't he? And
was he ever punished?
No.
There you go. Case in point. Double standard.
Yeah.
Jim Crow law has never been disqualified.
Penalty should fit the crime. And I mean, if she's shooting up damn steroids, I mean, she ain't doing none of that. Y'all letting men competing as biological women taking drugs too. Yeah, they actually take estrogen so they can be more feminine. It look crazy as hell. The World Doping Association, y'all, man, y'all some damn clowns, man. Y'all gonna let men compete against women, but y'all can suspend women smoked a joint 3-4 weeks ago? Yeah. Y'all some clowns, man. Y'all some ass
Well, they did
clowns.
Michael Phelps. They banned him for like...
They shouldn't have banned him either.
He didn't even test positive. He was just in the picture smoking.
Well, you deserve to get banned if you're taking pictures. Though.
Yeah,
But that's just plain stupid.
well, it was like
You taking pictures?
it was
smoking?
an old picture. It wasn't like a real current picture. They went back in the yearbook on his ass. Or something.
Well, they didn't go back that far back. But what I want to say is, I want to bring up that shithole they call Twitter. You ought to just see all the comments and tweets about how this is just racism.
Yeah. Has
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it affects.
Shar'charri said it herself that
man.
she knew what she did was wrong and she decided to do it anyway.
Hey, can I do some talking?
And she's holding herself accountable.
Can I do some talking?
Why y'all making it about race when race has nothing to do with it?
Yeah, y'all stupid. Y'all. That's why y'all liberal. Y'all can't help it.
Now, I'm not blaming Shar'charri as much as those who are emotionally charged because of them following Shar'charri and her efforts. But I do hear people talk about boycott. Boycott what? I ain't boycotting Jack. Boycott what? Why? Because she couldn't follow the rules? I'm not boycotting Jack. Who raised y'all? They even say, we got to boycott this. And I don't care if she's black. I don't care if she's orange. I don't care if she's white. I don't care if her alternates are orange or white or black. The point is what's fair and what's right is what's right. Shar'charri went out there and won a race, but she won a race in an invalid way. It's just that simple. Move on. 2024 will be here before you blink. So let this go and let's move forward.
Oh, from a stance and fame standpoint in America, remember, you can earn a lot of dollars just by having a huge platform. Logan Paul, etc. Shar'charri had 300,000 followers 2 weeks ago before Olympic trials. How do I know? Because I was at Olympic trials. How do I know? Because I keep up with track and field as much, if not more, than anybody on TV. Shar'charri has 2 million right now. With people like Michelle Obama, Gabrielle Union, Nelly tweeting about her. Shar'charri had 70,000 Twitter followers just 2 weeks ago. She has over 470,000 now.
She passed me, cuz.
Yes, big dog.
What I need to do
and if we're being real, she hasn't yet accomplished anything. She hasn't won USA's because her performances are invalid. So what has she accomplished? She has the collegiate record. She has a collegiate record at 1075. But from a pro level, she hasn't accomplished anything, but has all eyes on her. So if I'm actually being real, looking at her as her agent, looking at her as Nike, who is her endorser, this is huge. Yeah. You were the most notable person in track and field, more notable than Allison Felix, who is the most decorated track athlete of all time.
Got a comment? Something to say? Give us your opinion. Call 334-377-8686.
Hey, Bryant. Favorite listener here, Rhonda. Just wanted to comment on a couple of things on this Shar'charri Richardson, the Olympic athlete. She knew the rules. My thinking on this is that she knows the rules going in. Marijuana is prohibited, whether it be a performance-enhancing drug or legal. Doesn't matter. It says no marijuana, no illegal drugs. It may not be illegal where she's from or where her mama lives or anybody else. But the rules state this, and that's what she has to go by. So as far as her being, removed and, off the Olympic team for that reason, I say yes, because rules are rules. I don't care who you are. You're not above them, and you're not, special treatment given to anyone. It shouldn't be that way. That's why rules are made. People should follow them, and that's it. Simple as that. You do what you're supposed to do. There's no repercussions. But you don't follow the rules, you suffer the consequences. I feel sorry for her that her mother recently passed away. But my mother died, but I didn't do marijuana. I cried a lot, but I didn't do marijuana. I didn't do any other type of drugs. I know we all handle stress and loss and everything differently, but she knew the rules. That's all it comes down to.
To make my boy turn into flame. From the
sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
Anyone knows me knows that I'm a big Michael Jackson and Prince fan. I love that. But did you know that Prince and Michael Jackson did a show together with James Brown? Oh, you did know? Okay. Well, you know I got the video to prove it. Check it out.
Let's give another standing ovation for a young man sitting behind you that you have no idea who's in the audience. Michael Jackson, brother Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. You gotta come up and say something. You gotta come up and say something. Michael Jackson, come on up, man. Come up and say something. You gotta come up and say something.
Now, I've seen this video 100 times. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't think that much about it. But according to reports, Prince did not like that video at all. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that he felt that he kind of made a mistakes and he was kind of shown up a little bit by Michael Jackson. One of Prince's people that actually talked about it, what was going through Prince's mind. He watched the video several years even after that, because this was like early on in his career. Very interesting.
Sly established a template for selecting musicians based on their musicality, not on their gender or not on their race. Just get the best musicians.
He's a groundbreaker.
Yeah, he was a groundbreaker, and they both were geniuses with melody, and they were both really, really funky. So Sly was a role model, and when I look at photos, early photos of Sly when he was a teenager in San Francisco, what a beautiful face he had. And I see
this is pre-cocaine.
Well, yeah, sure. I see the same expression on his teenage face as what Prince had on his. James Brown was a mentor because James Brown was a great band leader. And James Brown had a strong work ethic and so much discipline, and the way he danced and his showmanship and that work ethic was one that Prince modeled himself after. Joni, to a lot of musicians, is a real goddess because of how she approached music with her unusual tunings and her. She is a painter. She's an oil painter, but she approached music as tone paintings, and she appealed to his artistic side. I'm sure you've probably seen the bootleg video from 1982 that shows the James Brown concert where Michael Jackson and Prince
James
got
Brown
on stage.
Where Prince doesn't sing a note.
Yeah, that was a bad night.
He was upset that night. Has anyone ever seen it? Okay. It's not the way it was supposed to go down.
No, and that was one night when Prince really messed up, and here's something you might not know, so I'll fill in a few little bits. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a very grainy video from 1982, but it's a James Brown concert. Michael Jackson is in the house, so Michael gets on stage
You're
with
at the
James
Beverly
Brown.
Theater. James Brown finds out that Michael Jackson's on stage, is in the audience. He comes on, sings a few lines to It's a Man's World. Then James Brown signals the band into There Was a Time. Michael Jackson does the moonwalk, a few steps, and then whispers in James Brown's ear, Prince is here and you got to bring him to the stage.
Now, Prince told me this himself when I asked, really naively, how come you and Michael Jackson aren't better friends, Prince? And I remember he turned around his chair and he looked at me and he said, don't be naive. That guy is a racehorse. He is really competitive. I was actually pushing Prince because Michael had asked him to duet with him on the song Bad. And Prince said no.
Wasn't comfortable with the opening line where he says, your butt is mine.
Yeah. And I'm like, come on, Prince, you guys should be friends. How naive was I? And Prince says, what are you kidding? Anyway, Michael was really shrewd. Now remember, Michael was huge at this point in 1982 compared to Prince. But Prince was his rival, and Michael knew it. And Michael, with his shrewd tactician's mind, saw an opportunity to embarrass Prince and to trump his rival on stage.
Is that what happened?
Oh, you know it. So Michael's, yes. So, check out
Michael's
what
a bad mother. Wow.
He worked at Westlake Audio, and John Sacchetti told me plenty of stories. And I worked with the Jacksons right after Prince, so I've heard things. I know that this is true. So Michael says to James Brown, very shrewdly, Prince is in the house, bring him up. So that's what you do when you see an opportunity to show your rival right there on stage that you're better than he is. So imagine your Prince, your idol, and your number one rival have just invited you on stage.
Oh, no.
And you are scared to death, and you better hope nobody in this house has a camera. Someone does, but you better hope they don't. So anyway, he gets on stage, and as you've seen, he made a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. He's singing, but it's not going over well because there's Michael Jackson there, and Michael's a great singer. So he says, well, give me a guitar. But he's nervous, and all he's really doing, James Brown's band is a rhythm band.
He's doing some rhythm scratch.
So he's just doing some rhythm. How interesting is that? Not much to the audience. It's like, What's your deal, buddy? So he realizes this real quick. He takes the guitar off, and then it was the fatal mistake. It was bad. It was bad.
The jacket comes off,
Yes.
his chest, and he starts, in the mic.
Yeah, but that wasn't the worst of it. That was the worst. He thought, okay, I'll go sexy. I'll do something Michael can't do. I'll do this sexy thing, because Michael's not going to take off his shirt and, be that sexy guy. So Prince is trying to be tactical back. I'll do something you can't do, my rival. I'll be sexy. But with James Brown's audience, it wasn't working. Because they came to see James Brown. James Brown is an older guy, kind of sexy, and this young guy with his shirt off, no, not too good. So then he made the fatal mistake. Bad. Prince decided, I know, I'll dance. Not with Michael Jackson on stage. You don't dance in front of Michael
So you mean the thing with the microphone stand through the legs and trying to do the James thing and all that?
The guy, Michael Jackson, could spin 5 times on one toe. You don't dance on stage with Michael Jackson. And he messed that up, and then as he realized, I better get out of here. So as he's going to get off the stage, he knocked over a light pole, Prince did.
It was like a lamppost, so as he's getting on Big Chick's back, he kind of brings the lamppost into the crowd with him.
Now here I want to tell you something, and this is sad, and it was Jesse Johnson who told me this story.
Yeah.
So they're all together afterwards, the members of the Time and Prince. And they're in, I think, the back of the limo. And Prince says to all of them, that was bad, wasn't it? That was terrible, wasn't it? And Jesse told me, and Jesse was the new guy, so he kept quiet, but Jesse said...
Jesse Johnson, guitarist
Jesse Johnson
of the Time.
From the Time, yeah. Not one person said to him, yeah, it was. They all said, Jesse told me, they all went, no, Prince, that was great. That was great. And Prince, Jesse said his face just went blank, and he just sat back in the car because he just realized at that moment, there's no one around me who will tell me the truth.
Wow.
How lonely is that? And this is before Purple Rain. My best friends just lied to me. And this is another thing that's not well known about Prince. He played that tape over and over again in the house.
Like the video watching it?
I teach this to my students. What would compel you to relive one of the most embarrassing moments of your career? What would compel you? The only person who would do that is a person who learns from his mistakes and is determined to never do that again. This is why he always videotaped rehearsals. He wanted to know, what do I look like to you? And if I'm making a mistake, correct me. And I don't care how painful it is. Correct me.
It's the Bryant Corbitt Show.
And of course, that is a very interesting video. All 3 of those guys have gone on. What would it be like in heaven if Prince and Michael Jackson were together? Would they perform? Would they do a concert together?
Is it luscious? Grapes. So this is heaven. This bores me. Selena gets Michael on the phone.
Hello?
Well, if it isn't the king himself,
Who's this?
you know who this is.
Prince? Is that you? Wow. It's really good to hear from you, man. I was wondering when you was gonna show up.
Grapes. Let me be honest with you, Michael. Heaven is not what I expected. It seems like they let anyone in here.
You're so crazy, Prince.
Look, Michael, I know we had our creative differences. Me being more creative and all. But what do you say we jam for old time's sake? And give the people what they always wanted.
Oh!
Assemble your crew. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll see you in 5.
Simone!
If you'll excuse me, ladies, I have some overdue business to attend.
dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture this? Dream if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violence blue. And the moon strikes curious poses. The heat between me and you. Just let me stand there, alone in the world, it's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding, or maybe I'm just like my father too. Maybe I'm just like my mother, she's never satisfied. Why don't we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doors cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. Feel how it trembles inside. You got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you, 'cause even doves have pride. Can you just leave me standing? Leave me, girl. Alone in the world, it's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father too. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why don't we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. Doves cry, the doves cry, the doves cry, the doves cry, the doves cry. You know I really want it, baby. You know I really want it,
Game blouses.
And that is a funny, funny parody directed by Ricky O and starring Michael Traxton. It came out actually a couple of years ago, and a great parody, just a great film, but didn't get as many views as I thought it would get. But still, I wanted to go ahead and play it on the show.
You're a whole new generation. You're dancing through the day. You're grabbing for the magic on the run. You're a whole new generation. You're loving what you do. I put a Pepsi in the motion, but that choice is up to you. Hey, you're the Pepsi generation. Girls are down and taste the thrill of the day and feel the Pepsi way. Taste the thrill of the day and feel the Pepsi way. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new
Now, of course, 2021, there is a new documentary out. I got a chance to see it. Rarely seen footage that captures the magic of the 1969 music festival held at Mountain Moores Park in Harlem, and it was attended by 300,000 people, and it's called the Summer of Soul. And if you get a chance to check it out, you definitely need to check it out because it is fantastic.
Are you ready, black people? Are you really ready? Are you ready to listen to all the beautiful black voices, the beautiful black feeling, the beautiful black waves moving in beautiful air? Are you ready, black people? Are you ready?
Nobody ever heard of the Harlem Culture Festival. Nobody would believe that happened.
6 weekends of major artists. The Panthers were the security and kids were sitting up on the trees. I was nervous.
I didn't expect a crowd like that. Something very important was happening. It wasn't just about the music.
1969 was a change of era in the black community.
The styles were changing.
Music was changing.
And revolution was coming together.
We are a new people. We are a beautiful people.
That concert took my life from black and white into color.
We wanted progress. We are black people, and we should be proud of this.
We were coming together to say this was our world and how beautiful it was.
We're gonna try to sing a song together. Don't wait for your neighbor, because your neighbor might be waiting for you.
Wanna take you higher? Are you ready? Wanna take you higher?
We believed in what we felt in here. So when we went up, let's go. Let's go do it.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
Craving your body, is this real? Temperatures rising, I don't want to feel I'm in the wrong place to be. Oh, but now I'm longing to love you for a night, kissing and hugging, holding you tight. Please let me love you with all my mind. Were just a parade, and all the reasons start to fade. Yeah, the morning when I ride, no longer hypnotized by the reasons. I know. How about that? Is that all right? Hey, bring me a stool. Bring me a stool. We're going to do this right quick. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You got to help me out with something. Sit right here.
On A&E, sit right here. All right. We've got to demonstrate something real quick. We don't have much time. So, what's your name, doll?
Julie.
Julie. All right. Now, we're going to show these fellas how to treat a lady, okay? First of all, yeah, ladies, that's all right. That's all right. First of all, if your name is Julie, the guy just can't greet you. Hey, Julie. Hey, Jewel. No, fellas, you need some suave, all right? So when you come home, you gotta say, Julie. Julie, 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 Julie. All right. Then we've got to get some flowers, some champagne, flowers going all the way from the door, all the way through the hallway, up the stairs, to wherever you want those in the house. Is that all right, ladies? Is that okay? Okay? Now, once you get everything exactly the way you want to, then you got to put on some Earth, Wind, and Fire, all right? And leave it to me. Would that be all right, ladies? And then surprise her by doing something like this with Gary Bias.
Earth, Wind, and Fire and Reason here on the Bryant Corbitt Show. Since it's summer, a lot of people are going out. They're trying to celebrate their summer vacation. They really don't know exactly what to do or where to go. I'm going to feature YouTube content creators that can give you some detailed information about where to go, what to do. One of my favorite YouTube channels happens to be Passport Heavy, Tailor Made Dreams. And they are excellent. So let's go on vacation.
There's no limit to living large when you in Miami. So the mansion that I stayed at, the next guest, he was on Forbes Top 1500. So he was there for the month coming up, and he didn't even flinch at the 6-figure monthly price tag for the rental. I was there for a day, my accountant calling me, Jabril, what's up, what's going on? So there's levels to this life, even in the top 1%. And in Miami, some people really got it like that. And so I just want to break down a few things real quick, right? So it takes about $32,000 a year on a world scale to be a part of the top 1% of income earners. I don't think a lot of people understand how blessed they are. For example, I'm talking about Miami, but I'm recording this in Bali, Indonesia right now, and minimum wage is $175 a month. So in the US, UK, to be a top 1% income earner, it's about $500,000 a year, right? So I just want to give you a little bit of perspective. So as it relates to the top 1%, I'm near the bottom of the totem pole when you're talking about that class of people. Now I understand that I'm really blessed and I really have no complaints in life. And so there's a lot of things people say, man, I would never do that if I had money. And I say a lot of times is, once you get there, come back and talk to me, right? So for example, a lot of people say, oh man, I'd never have a cleaner, I'd always clean my house. But the thing is, it's not always the most effective use of time, right? And then secondly, you're helping the economy, you're helping someone else have a job. And thirdly, if you don't enjoy it, I think this is one of the benefits of earning more money. You don't have to do things that you don't enjoy. And so that's my philosophy in life. If it ain't fun and I can afford to help someone else out and they can help me out in the process, I'm all about it. And to even go a little bit further, right? So it's like the guy that says, man, I'd never fly a girl out. I'd never do anything like that. But they're gonna get an Uber for her, to arrive and go home. It's no difference. It's like some guys can literally do a flight in and out easier than some dudes can do the Uber, right? So it's all relative. And so that's one thing I've realized in life. And for me coming up, I've always been like, man, I'm so inspired by people who are able to do things, live a certain way, because there's a lot of good people doing amazing things, making good money. So before I get to the cars, the mansion, I just want to give you a little bit more perspective, right? And so I'm gonna break it down as simply as I can. So let's take, for example, someone who's making $40,000 a year. And so what does a $40 Uber to them feel like? What does a $1,500 Rolls Royce a day feel like to them compared to someone who's maybe making $1.2 million a year, or someone who's making $4 million a year, or someone crazy that's making like $40 million a year? I want to break down a few different examples for you. So let's talk about someone making $1.2 million a year. And I hear these phrases all the time. Man, $1 million ain't shit these days. I'm like, okay, let me show you what it can do, right? So 1.2 a year, that's 30 times more than someone who's making $40,000 a year. So what does that feel like? So a $40 Uber to someone who's making 1.2, that feels like they spending $1.43 for that Uber ride. Or that $1,500 a day Rolls Royce rental, it feels like $50 a day to someone who's making $40,000 a year. And so that's the difference, right? And then you're like, man, if it felt like $50 a day, I might actually treat myself and do that once in a while. Now let's talk about some crazy levels. So someone making $40 million a year, the Uber feels like 4 cents to someone who's making like $40,000 a year. And then the Rolls Royce $1,500 rental, it feels like $1.50. Now, if something felt like $1.50 to you, you're probably gonna indulge in it, right? Because it's not really a big thing, and that's how people go. It's like buying a cup of coffee for someone who's making 40 mil, and people in Miami got it like that. All right, enough about perspective. Let me talk about some of the fun stuff that I did. And so when I was down in Miami, I remember meeting my guy Mark from Vomo's CEO. When it comes to private jets, yachts, helicopters, anything luxurious, Mark is that guy. And so I met him through my homie Neo. And so I gave him a call, and he's like, yo, if you need a jet, whatever, I can do it. But when you're down in Miami, let me connect you with my guys at Golden Yacht Charters. And so those are the people who took care of me down there. So when it came to the crib, you're gonna see the jet skis, the yacht, the car, they're the ones who hooked it up down there. And when you talk about what makes something a 1% experience, it's definitely the service. Because anyone can have a yacht or a car, but it's the service what separates, the top 1%. And so why were we doing all this crazy stuff? For me, it was a celebration. I was celebrating our first 8-figure year in business. So that didn't mean I get to keep $8 million and put it in my account, but we did pretty well. And so I said, yo, let's go out and just enjoy for the day and relax. So that's why we were out celebrating life. So before I talk about the mansion, I want to talk about the cars. So with the full service, if you want to be driven around in the Maybach, if you want the Suburban, whatever it is, that you have a driver on call. And then one of my favorite things is, my dream car is a Rolls Royce Dawn. But when I look at the price tag, $400,000 plus, the way my bank account's set up right now, I'm like, nah, that's gonna have to chill. But enjoying that for one day, I was like, I'm gonna do that. Because some of my favorite things, I love a convertible and I love a luxurious car. And so I feel like the Rolls-Royce Dawn is that perfect example. And so when you talk about the smoothest car I've ever driven in my life, this is it. And then shout out to Chanel as well. So she was rolling around with the boy. I actually met her in Oakland. And shout out to Morgan from Blavity. So I met her at Afrotech. And then also shout out to Twitter. So I actually met her at a Twitter party with a whole bunch of dope black folks doing dope things in tech. And so she was in town. I was like, yo, come chill with the boy. And so we were just rolling around, enjoying, went to the beach for a little bit. And so I'm telling you, the kind of looks that you get when you was in that Rolls Royce, I was like, man, I can't lie, man. I kind of dig at this.
Hey, what's up, folks? I went down to Brazil for a few weeks. Me and about 12 other brothers. We went down there a couple of weeks ago. I've been back here in Dominican Republic for not quite 2 weeks yet. So I just want to share my experiences going to Dominican Republic. And also to tell you the difference. So if anybody's considered traveling down to Brazil, or even if you're thinking about retiring in Brazil, because there you have a couple of brothers over there that I met that are retired, such as John Thompson, really good old cat. He's been living in Brazil for about, I think, almost 20-something years. That's his place, man. He said he's not going anywhere. He's not doing anything. So God bless the brother. All right, so we just going to jump into Brazil. Let's start with the plane ticket from Brazil. From the States, I paid, I think, $1,400 for my ticket. But of course, everybody has their own their way of traveling. You know, some cats may come down there on buddy passes. Other cats, use that app. I think it's called Jet Lag, which is supposed to be really good. So, like I said, everybody have their own way. My ticket was, like I said, $1,400, but there's some other brothers that I met down there that their tickets was, I believe maybe $900. That's my lady in the background. We'll talk about that later on. Anyway, so let's talk about Brazil. Some of the pros and cons from Brazil. One of the major difference, it's a shorter plane trip to Dominican Republic versus going to Brazil. I flew out of Brazil from Atlanta. Atlanta was a 9.5 hour trip. Of course, if you closer to water, such as Florida or maybe New York, trip might be a little shorter, but I flew out of Atlanta. It was 9.5 hour trip. They had one flight overnight, and it was pretty cool. You know, it was a good trip. So the one I got to give DR plus as far as a much shorter trip, which I'm trying to take. Some people can't do more than 3 or 4 hours on a plane. The ticket to Brazil, like we talked about a little earlier, that's going to be more expensive than coming to Dominican Republic every time. Like I said, unless you work for the airlines, got a buddy pass or whatever, the tickets are going to be cheaper coming to DR versus going to Brazil. This was my 4th trip to Brazil, actually. I've been there 3 other times. But when I got into Brazil on a Sunday, was very laid back. I mean, just a very laid back atmosphere. Normally it takes about an hour, I'll say 45 minutes to an hour from the airport, and I flew in from GIG to, from Atlanta to GIG. That's where if you want to go to Copacabana. Now, if they got other parts of Brazil, other airports, of course, if you want to go to different parts of Brazil, then you'll fly in there. But I wanted to go to the Copacabana, Ipanema area. So, like I said, normally it's about 45 minutes to an hour because of the traffic and everything. But because we flew in on a Sunday, there was no traffic. Literally, it took about maybe 20 minutes. So that cut it down by a long shot. So those who don't like getting caught up in traffic and want to fly in where you can just come in there, relax and everything, then I would suggest that you fly in on a Sunday, because if you fly Monday through a Friday, you're going to get caught up in that traffic. Trust me, you're going to get caught up in that traffic. So there's just no way around this. Just no way to avoid it. The one thing I do like about Brazil has that cosmopolitan feel. So you have this beautiful, big, open, wide beach. But if you go right on the other, if you go one street up from Copacabana, because if you know anything about Copacabana Beach, it just runs all the way down, runs from Copacabana all the way down to Ipanema. And you feel that summer vibe, you feel that beachiness, you know what I'm saying? But you also feel that cosmopolitan, you know, it's very cosmopolitan, more so when I just got back a couple of weeks ago, as you know, before me going even before, you know, it felt, and that's another thing, it felt a little more welcoming 5 years ago, pre-Olympics versus post-Olympics right now. So, you know, you have that very cosmopolitan, that very chic city, but then you have that taste of that beautiful beach as well. And the women, and I know a lot of fellas want to know about the women, so we're going to get to that. So like I said, you know, Brazil is a very cosmopolitan, very chic town. So you have a lot of beautiful women. I know somebody's going to ask, is the women more beautiful in Brazil versus DR? I'll say this. Because you got some very beautiful women in DR. However, Brazil has that sexy, that cosmopolitan sexiness, you know, which elevates the women. So very beautiful. And you know something, I was trying to be nice, but I just got to honestly, they do have more beautiful women in Brazil than they have in DR. So yes, I'm not even going to try to bullshit y'all with that. And I'm going to tell you a few reasons why. Like I said, DR has very beautiful women, absolutely gorgeous women. But DR, beautiful women, is more sexy, raunchy versus sexy, cosmopolitan. And that's what, and that kind of gives you the edge. So how do I mean more cosmopolitan? Well, you can see just in the dress, you know, like here in DR, everybody got those spandex on and it's tight and it just, you know, everybody, you know, buy those, you know, 200 peso pants and think that's sexy. And some women got the shape for it and some women just don't. Some women don't need to have that shit on, you know what I'm saying? You know, same thing in the States. But the women in Brazil, and you know, because a lot of women in Brazil, man, they are very, very much gym rats, you know. I'm gonna tell you, those women work out. They love to work out. If you have a conversation with them, somewhere in that conversation, you're going to talk about exercise. Seriously, somewhere in there, they're going to tell you they got a schedule where they go to the gym at such and such hour. So it's going to be in there. So that sexiness of Brazil versus the sexiness of DR, Brazil takes it hands down. And what I love about Brazil, what I love about the women of Brazil, no weave. You know, if you mess with a honey with a weave in Brazil, you honestly went low grade. I mean, seriously, you know, and this comes from the women.
And that was Tailor Made Dreams. You can check out his YouTube channel. Also, you can check out Passport Heavy, that YouTube channel as well. They have the complete versions of those videos, so you can go by their channels and check them out. They got lots of information. Now, we're keeping the music going on. I have Los Angeles R&B vocalist Grady Harrell, who has been a professional since the age of 9. Now, his mom was a member of the Friends of Distinction, and he became friends with Jeffrey Daniels and Jody Watley, and almost became a member of Shalimar. He had a debut album in 1984. And Grady has that Sam Cooke sound. And his two biggest hits, I would probably say, are Come Play With Me and Romance Me. They weren't real big hits, but they kind of got him out there. So I got some music. He did say that one of his biggest influences was Stevie Wonder, and I got a rendition of him doing Hey Love right here, Bryant Corbitt Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just got off stage here at Bally's Casino, Thursdays through Monday, 7:30 through 9. This is our show, Solid Gold Soul. But I want to go back and do an oldie for y'all. I ain't been on for a while. With my boy here, Pete Peterkin. Gonna do an oldie but a goodie. Come on, man.
That's a star right there.
Yeah.
Hey, love, may I have a word with you? I'd like to tell you, yeah, just what I've been going through. My nights are so long as I watch each hour go by, hoping and praying that someday I will be your guy. Say, love, you're my one true soul desire. Hey, love, yeah, yeah. Came to feel this burning fire. Hey, love. This one thing I find so true. When you are near me, I go through a change or two. Hearing your footsteps, I hurry to catch your eye. And I stand there waiting, yeah. But girl, you just walk on by. Say, love, when with the cold heart you are dealing. Hey, love, yeah, yeah. It's an awful hurting feeling. Hey, love, hey, love. Don't pass me without some sign. Hey, love. Just look me over, yeah. Hey, love. You might wanna change your mind. Hey, love. Say, love.
Come on now.
Yeah,
baby. Shades.
Now I gotta go have a drink.
You gotta go have a drink.
Grady Harrell with Hey Love. As you heard, he was just getting off stage and they were kind of fooling around. Nothing would be complete without a little bit of Luther Vandross live, remaking Smokey Robinson's song when he did tribute to him at the BET Awards.
Crazy about you. Stay away too long and I can't live without you. Ooh. Every chance you get, you seem to hurt me more and more. But each hurt just makes my love a little stronger than before. I know that flowers grow from rain, but how can love grow from pain? Beautiful song. This being one of my favorites, smoking. People say I'm the life of the party, 'cause I tell a joke or two. I do. Well, although I may be laughing loud and hearty, ha ha, deep inside I'm blue. Come on, take a good look at my face. Oh, you'll see my smile. It's out of place, and if you look closer, it's so easy to trace. Ooh, the tracks of my tears, yeah. I'm masquerading. My hope is fading, yes it is. Ooh yeah, since you put me down, my look at my face. Can you see that my smile, it looks out of place? If you look closer, so easy to trace the tracks of my tears. Oh yeah. I did you wrong. My heart went out to play, but in the game I lost you. What a price to pay. Ooh, I'm crying. Baby, 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 do yes, baby, baby, I'm just about at the end of my road, but I can't stop trying, I can't, and I can't give up hope, 'cause I feel one day I'll hold you near, whisper I still love you, until the day is here, baby, baby. And I'm crying,
Luther Vandross and his tribute to Smokey Robinson.
We want to hear from you. Got a comment? Something to say? Give us your opinion. Call 334-377-8686. Please leave a comment at the sound of the beep. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Bryant Corbitt Show.
Miss Regina, Belle. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Say, tell it, say thank you. Thank you. I was singing background with the Manhattans for 2 years, and we were singing at Carnegie Hall, and they let me open. And when I open, I sing, "You bring me and girl, I got a record deal behind singing "You Bring Me Joy." Y'all give it up for my sister because she helped. No, you did that all by yourself. You did that all by yourself, and I want people to know that the friends that are real friends, you don't get a call, saying I need some tickets because you coming through town. You just come, I come through Atlanta, right? Everybody knows I'm in Atlanta. Friday night, you show up backstage just to support. Didn't even know she was in the audience. She didn't make no announcement, right? Right? Just came to look after your girl, to support, and it was such a, I appreciate you, thank you so much. We come up together. What you gonna do? Oh, that's the gift you keep on giving, girl. Oh, I'm singing that song myself right now. It's too early in the show to do. I can't do it. I ain't ready. I'm scared of this song. I haven't done this song. I didn't do it in that year. When we lose my way, your love smiling on me. I saw your face, and then I knew we would be sister friends. I was so afraid, but those eyes they say, come on over here to me, sister. And what you say? I said you can we talk for a while? You said that's all right, child. When you love me, I
You bring me joy.
We haven't done this song. Have mercy. If I can't see your face, y'all better sing. Can this be right? Oh, I should be friends. I know we should.
Regina. She has never hit with this band in her life.
Hey, that's going to about wrap it up for me. I've had myself a very good time. Remember, hey, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Before I leave out, I'm going to leave you with a funny video. I'm just going to leave it at that. Remember, just share and subscribe and hit that notification button, and you'll be notified anytime we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.
Buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, big fat head he will provide. I know the Lord will. Don't put that on YouTube. I got a little too loud. Will provide. I wouldn't serve a God I couldn't enjoy. The Lord will provide. I'm so glad. Hey, the Lord. If your God don't let you enjoy him, you need to find my God. Well, do it for. We love you, God. Chestplate. Jesus Christ of righteousness. We love you, God. Shoes of peace. Stomping on the enemy. God. Jesus Christ, we love you, God. We'll do it for him. Shield. Jesus Christ of faith. Rise. Jesus Christ. We love you, God.
For this move now, bam! In the name of Jesus. Oh, Holy Ghost, fire, 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 fire.
Nothing that you have lost in the last 3 years will mean nothing. Stop walking in front of the prophet.
But if you ain't worthy, if you've been boyfriend and amen, laying up with your boyfriend, amen, Saturday night and then the commune, and you better not take that bread. You done been in love land with him. Now you on Sunday finna take a break, commune with your dirty self, your filthy self. Oh, I ain't scared, cause you ain't worthy, baby. You aren't worthy. God almighty. You done juked all night long. Then you want to take the Lord's Supper. Y'all believe Queen Mother no? Yeah. And now, let me see.
The name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweet. It is the sweet. This name. I know. No means no. No means no. Not yes. No. It is the. I didn't say the. I said it is. It is the sweet. It is the sweet. Not sweet and sour. Sweet.
But it's literally trembling. Because the Bible said that demons will tremble after the name of Jesus. Amen? So I felt like, okay, God, you let them witness and you let them see all of this. Why? He said, because you're going to go back to Israel. He said, because remember when I sent Isaiah to him to tell him that I'm going to heal him and give him 15 years, he doubted me. Catch that. He doubted.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, now there goes a sight from my soul, there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.
walk by. I think it's all angels just walk by. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my. There goes a sight.